Hi, this is Clint Kerns with Southern Gospel Tube. I'm here with Sister Roark of the Roarks, and they just got through performing at the World Gospel Premiere for GMT, and guys did a tremendous job, and I enjoyed it very much, and I just wanted you to tell us a little bit about what's going on with the group.
Well, brother, I said, we're just a little bit different, but God bless us. I mean, he is just a blesser. To me, he is a good God. And, we write probably about 8% of our music, and we give God credit for that. Because if it wasn't for God, brother, I don't know what people do.
That crossed my mind. I don't know how people make it without him.
I don't know where people go. My husband just had a heart attack, and then he had another one. Where would I have turned? It wouldn't have mattered how much money I would have had. And, if I hadn't have had God there, it wouldn't have mattered. And, I don't know if you know this, but we about lost both of our sons in a car accident in '89. It took 2.5 inches of the spine out of my oldest son. They said he would never walk, never have any function from the chest down. He walks today without anything because of God.
You can't limit God.
You cannot limit God. And, brother, I said I found out then, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but God is not a denomination. No. It is just His Word.
Right. That's exactly right. It's God.
But we travel full time, and the boys do have a studio, and we're just a family that loves the Lord. And we have my boys. I have 2 sons, Shane and Travis. They travel full time with us, and they have never known anything except gospel music and traveling and singing for the Lord and speaking for the Lord. And I'm just a blessed person.
Well, tell me a little bit about the song. There is a God.
There is a God.
Matter of fact, it's on Southern Gospel Tube. It's also on YouTube.
Yes, it is. That song, we was in Indiana, and we was doing a dinner theater, a gospel dinner theater, and a group came by from National Geographic, and they said, we are out looking for God. And the man said, I'm going to tell you right up front, there is no God. I do not believe there is a God. If there is, he's mean, he's cruel, he sends people to hell, and he said a whole lot more stuff about God, And he said, we just want you to show us God. So Shane heard this over and over and over, this man saying, there is no God, there is no God. He went to the back of the bus, and he penned that song, and he said, Mom, he said, it's one of the only songs I have ever written that God actually moved my hand as I wrote, because there is a God, and that song has touched people, brother, like no song that we have ever sang before. And I really believe it's because of the way the song was written, because the man kept saying, there is no God, there is no God. So when Shane wrote the song, there is a God. It's just in defense of God, because there is a God. And that's how that one was written.
Well, now that song it has been featured and will be featured on Southern Gospel Tube, so you can look for that. Matter of fact, on Southern Gospel Tube, and you'll see that.
Well, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you, because if it wasn't for people like you that plays our music everywhere, our music wouldn't be heard. We can't be everywhere, but because of people like you that is willing to play our music, from my heart, I want to say thank you from the Roarks.